Satterfield. Number 2, Grace Sowers. Number 3, Monica Gardner. Number 4, Sydney Crook. Number 5, Emily Langley. Number 6, Candace Troxel. Number 7, Cheyenne Zorn. Number 8, Kendra Galler. Number 9, Brianna Canister. Number 12, Hannah Floyd. Number 13, Maggie Franklin. Number 25, Daniel Pleasantberry. Number 27, Burgundy Zorn. Number 32, Kelly Wilder. And now led by head coach Selena Slade, who's in her 24th season, and her assistant Bethany Brock, the only four-time first team All-American in TFC history. Let's meet your Screaming Eagles. A 5'8" freshman setter from Sefner, Florida, number 3, Jessica Conley. A 5'8" sophomore middle hitter from Clarksville, Georgia, number 4, Natalie Thompson. A 5'5" senior outside hitter from Flowery Branch, Georgia, number 6, Katie Hall. A 5'7" sophomore outside hitter from Kennesaw, Georgia, number 7, Hallie Rainwater. A 5'8" junior outside hitter from Wellington, Ohio, number 8, Gabby Klingman. A 5'4" sophomore DS from Mount Airy, Georgia, number 9, birthday girl, Gracie Charles. 5'11" sophomore middle hitter from Oxford, Florida, number 10, Erin Carey. A 6' sophomore middle hitter from Westminster, South Carolina, number 11, Abigail Smith. A 5'9" freshman outside hitter from Leroy, Illinois, number 12, Kaya Miles. 5'6" junior libero from Fairhope, Alabama, number 13, Teresa Sullivan. A 5'10" senior middle hitter from Tampa, Florida, number 14, Caroline Miller. 5'8" junior setter from Estelle, Georgia, number 15, Kaylee Glow. And a 5'5" junior DS from Laceyville, Pennsylvania, number 16, Talia Hatch.
Good evening and welcome to Toccoa Falls College. I'm Will Jones, voice of the Screaming Eagles, and we are coming to you live from Lois Delaney Athletic Center. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on TFC Eagle Vision. Tonight we have your Screaming Eagles taking on the Royals of Johnson University. Your Screaming Eagles are 12-5 on the season, 5-1 at home, and 4-4 away. We are currently on an 8-game winning streak, trying to move that to 9 tonight. The Royals are 10-3 on the season, 3-0 at home, and 7-3 away. Looking to boot them down to 7-4 and pulling us up to 13-5 tonight. Screaming Eagles' last loss was back in September 11th against BJU at Bob Jones. It's been a while since we've lost, and trying to keep that up tonight. Lineups for the Royals. Number 1, Hannah Satterfield. Number 2, Grace Sowers. Number 3, Monica Gardner. Number 4, Sydney Crook. Number 5, Emily Lamy. Number 6, Candace Troxel. Number 7, Cheyenne Zorn. Number 8, Kendra Galler. Number 9, Brianna Constar. Number 12, Hannah Bloyd. Number 13, Maggie Franklin. Questenberg's number 25. Zorn is 27. And Wilder's 32. Serving first will be Johnson University. Back on their side. They're going to push it over. We got a little matchup. Fires over. Touched at the net. And into the net it goes. Serving for the Royals is number 4, Crook, who puts it into the net on her second serve. And TFC will get the point. Sullivan back to serve. She gets that one over. They'll set it up and fire it in there. And they'll find a hole. Point will go to the Royals. Kelly Wilder back to serve for Johnson University. She's a 5'10 sophomore out of Morristown, Tennessee. Hatch will fire it over. We'll set back up to our side. Teresa went down to get that one. Here comes Katie Hall, blocked up front by number 27, Zorn. They'll set it up, fire it back over. Charles had that one. Glore's going to find a corner. Kaylee Glore, instead of setting it over, finds a little corner and puts it in it, and she will be your server. 2-2 ball game. Glore found the corner! Kaylee Glore with a first ace tonight puts it on the line over on her left-hand side. Her second serve is up and good. That's good to see with Glore because she's having a little trouble with her serves this season. And I know getting an ace is a lot of confidence that she needs. 4-2 is the score, and Glore's back for her third attempt. And that one's into the net. Back to serve is the libero. Tried to save that one. Katie Hall was the first one to touch that. Goes into the crowd, and the point will go to the Royals. Conaster back to serve. Out of bounds. Screaming Eagles with a lead right here as Hallie Rainwater checks into the game, and Katie Hall will be the server. To the back, they'll set it up, fires it in there, and that'll find a hole. Point will go to the Royals. Back to serve is number 7, Cheyenne Zorn. Her and Burgundy are sisters. Burgundy's a sophomore, and Cheyenne is a senior. They're going to try to tip it over. Natalie Thompson to her knees to get that one, and Rainwater sets it over. Back and forth a little bit. Teresa Sullivan to her knees to get that one. They'll set up for Rainwater. She'll tip it over, and a double touch violation will go to the Screaming Eagles. Natalie Thompson back to serve. From the middle of the court, she fires that one over. Can they get it over? They can, and Natalie Thompson almost got an ace right there as they'll set up for Hall. Hall fires it over to the libero. They'll set it up again and just knock it over. That was Cresenberry. And blocked up front by Hallie Rainwater, out of bounds. And Hallie Rainwater coming up big right there on the net. Natalie Thompson back to serve again. 7-5 is the score. Short serve. Over the net, though. They'll hit that one over. That's going to bounce off Kaylee Glore's hand and go out of bounds. Thompson checks out as Teresa Sullivan checks back in. Number 5, Emily Lemmy is back to serve. Lemmy puts it over. Glore sets it up. Here comes Caroline Miller, her first touch of the game. Puts it to the back, and a big aggressive shot right there by Monica Gardner. A sophomore, 5'10", out of Cross Plains, Tennessee. And she put a hurting on that ball. Emily goes back to serve again. Tie ball game, 7-all. That one's blocked up front. That was also by Gardner. Here comes Rainwater again. Gardner blocks that one. We'll finally get it over with Sullivan. Be a battle at the net tonight. That one was tipped and will hit the floor, looks like. Point goes to the Royals. Close call right there. Coach Slade is asking for an explanation. And from up here, it did not look like that touched the ground. Looks like Sullivan got a hand under it. Referees converging over. Waiting for their final decision.
We have a replay.
And we'll have a replay right here. So the point will be taken away from the Royals, and Lammy will be back to serve. Score goes back to 7-7. Screaming Eagles have 3 stacked in the corner on the left side. They'll fire it over. Hall had a hand on that one. They'll set it up. Here comes Rainwater. Rainwater gets it in there. And it's going to be out of boundaries. Point will go to the Royals. So they will get that point anyway, but they'll get it rightly this time. Lammy puts it over. Here comes Rainwater again. A lot of touches tonight. Almost found a hole, but it was covered up by Wilder. This time with Carey, her first touch of the game. Got a lot of the net right there, but we'll get it over. Wilder pushes it right back to our side. Good volley right here. Here comes Miller. Miller sets it over. Back to their side. The libero has it. They'll fire it over. Tipped up front, and Gore pulled off, and it went to the corner. 2-point lead for the Royals, their biggest lead tonight. Excuse me, 1-point lead. And there's scoreboard malfunction. Give you the score in a second when they get it figured out. That's fired over. Crook to Wilder. Wilder gets it over. Glore sets it up. Here comes Rainwater. Rainwater pushes it in there. They have got the scoreboard in order. It's 9-7, Royals lead. So there is a 2-point lead, their biggest lead. That was by Rainwater. Here comes a good volley again. This might be the rest of the game just like this. That one's going to be tipped over. Back on our side. Here we go again with Glore. Glore pushes it over to their side. They'll set it up for Gardner. Gardner boots it in there and splits the gap between Sullivan and Glore. And they'll come on top. Well-fought battle. 10-7. This is Emily Lammy's 4th serve in a row. They've all been good. And here comes Rainwater. Out of bounds. And Kaya Miles will check into the game as Rainwater will take a seat. Only her 3rd home game of the season. Started out with a concussion on the year. But she's doing a great job as she's been in there. Carey sets it over her head. Wilder fires that one over. Collision on the court. Everyone's okay as Miles and Hall went for that one. Timeout called by Selena Sape for a 12-7 lead, Johnson University. And we'll be back in a minute. Welcome back to Lois Delaney Athletic Center on this Saturday evening. 12-7's the score. Your Lady Screaming Eagles soccer team took on Trinity Baptist earlier today. Game started at 3 o'clock, and Trinity Baptist won that one 3-1. And that one's going to nail the antenna, go out of bounds, and TFC will take the first point. And Coach Slate wins the timeout. Back to serve is going to be Talia Hatch. Pushes it back over. Carey had a hand on that. They'll set it up. Here comes Wilder. Tipped up front by Carey. She's going to push it over. Last touch by number 8, Galler. And the point goes to the Screaming Eagles. 2 in a row right here. Talia Hatch will be the server again. And Hatch puts that one into the net. Serve is up and over. Server, by the way, was Gardner. And that one's out of bounds. Royals taking a 14-9 lead right here. And Screaming Eagles looking a little bit lethargic on the court. Short serve. And that one's not going to clear the net, and the point will go to Screaming Eagles. Kaya Miles back to serve. High serve to the back. Cohenster gets that one. And that's going to be out of boundaries. It's going to touch the antenna on the way out, by the way. That's why it was out. 14-11 is the score. And Kaya Miles will be replaced by, looks like number 7, Hallie Rainwater. Rainwater delivers. Over the net. They'll set it up for Zorn as she gets that one over. That's Cheyenne Zorn. And Erin Carey. Great shot right there by Erin Carey. She looked at the defense, saw they backed up a little bit, and instead of putting a lot of power behind it, just tapped it over the net. Barely got it over the net, by the way, and found some ground as Hallie Rainwater fires that one over. Gracie Charles checks back into the game. Today is her birthday, by the way. Happy birthday to you, Gracie. 15-12 is the score. Server is going to be Crook. She went 2 in a row last time. Let's see if we can stop her right here. Set to the back. Sullivan was there. Set it up for Hall, who's just going to push it over. Crook set it up, and Zorn was one that fired it over. Here comes Charles. Good hit to the back. They'll return it. A bunch of set over the nets right here. As this time, it's going to be Hall. Hall almost finds a hole right there. It is eaten alive by Lammy. They'll fire it over. And last touch by Teresa Sullivan in the corner over there. And the lead goes back to 4 for the Royals. 16-12. Crook, another one over. And Carey blocked up front, almost fell down. That was a joint effort by Zorn and Wilder. They'll get it back over the net. Here comes Hall. Hall is tipped again at the net, and nothing's really getting by the Johnson University Royals right here on the net. That one's booted over there. That was maybe going out of bounds. Lord's going to put it over to try to do that little move again. Back to our side. Here comes Hall. Hall pushes it over there. They'll find it with Wilder. A good set right here. And Talia Hatt slips. And the ball will fall next to her. Very competitive match right here. A lot of good volleys. But that point went to the Royals. It is now 17-12. Crook's third serve is way out of bounds. And the point goes to TFC.
Teresa Sullivan to serve.
Teresa Sullivan back to serve. She fires it over. They'll set it up. Big shot right there. And here comes Hall. Hall gets it over. Returned by Franklin. That one's going to be into the net. Wilder was the last one to touch it. Wilder's going to hit it again. Charles on the other side. They'll set it up. Here comes Natalie Thompson. And that one is blocked by Burgundy Zorn. 5'9" out of Corona, California. And they out height us, I guess. They have more height than us. There we go. And timeout called by the Screaming Eagles. We'll get into the height issue after the break. Welcome back, Screaming Eagles fans. 18-13 is the score. The Royals lead. And this is why we've seen a lot of battle at the net, and the Royals blocking everything that gets over. As our tallest girl is 6 foot. That's Abigail Smith, who hadn't checked in yet. That one's going to shank off 2 people's hands and go out of bounds. Other than that, Aaron Carey's 5'11", and Miller is 5'10". On the other side, though, Gardner's 5'10", Lammy's 5'9", Boyd is 6 foot, Franklin is 5'10", and Wilder's 5'10". They have so much height on the net. As that one's blocked out of bounds. To get anything over the net, you have to get it very high, which takes off velocity. Natalie Thompson gets that one, falls over. They'll set it up for Hall. Again, tipped on the way over. Another shot by Gardner. Watch out for her. She has a lot of velocity coming off her sets right there. Now, a little too much pepper on that one. Gracie Charles fires it out of bounds. 20-14 is the score. Royals lead. The biggest lead tonight. To the back. Charles had that one. To the net. And that one's just going to be pushed over the net by Cheyenne Zorn. And Screaming Eagles cannot catch a break tonight. And that one's into the net. Point goes to TFC. Back to serve is Katie Hall, number 6. Looking for a big comeback right here. She fires that one over. They'll set it for Gardner. And Gardner puts it at the feet of number 15, Kaylee Gord. 22-15. Cheyenne Zorn back to serve. By the way, their shortest girl is 5'6". That's number 2, Grace Sowers, who hadn't come in the game yet. So the whole team is just tall. As Thompson gets denied up front, and a little collision right there. The ball falls, 23-15. Zorn's a senior of Corona, California. Went to Thomas Edison State College before here. A lot of power on that serve. Rainwater had that one. They'll set up for Miller, who taps it over. Great job by Miller to read the defense and soften that one up. Diving attempt was no good by number 4, Sydney Crook. And Natalie Thompson will be the server. Went 2 in a row last time. Only has 2 points to play with right here, 23-16. They'll fire it over. They'll set it up. And Gardner hits it out of bounds. Caught a lot of the net right there. Thompson fires that one over. They'll set it up, and a big shot by Quisenberry. Good return. They'll get it back over it and live another day. Blocked up front by Hallie Rainwater. Back to our side. Here comes Carey. Carey's blocked, and it goes out of bounds. A 3-point run for the Screaming Eagles. Trying to come back right here. 23-18. Natalie Thompson fires. Almost gets an ace right there. Into the net. Natalie Thompson with the ace. And the comeback train is here. Johnson University calls a timeout. Can we take it after the break? We'll see. A 4-point run here for the Screaming Eagles. Thompson at the helm. She fires that one over. From the back with Wilder, puts it into the net. 3-point game for the Screaming Eagles, trying to come on top. 5 serves in a row for Natalie Thompson. 6 points in a row. She'll put that one over. Fired out of bounds. Natalie Thompson missed that one. And a 2-point game. Here we go. 6-point lead. 6-point shot. That was the 6th serve over. 7-point in a row. They'll set it up. Fires it over. Blocked up front. Carey finds the corner. Erin Carey. 23-22. And the Screaming Eagles are soaring high. 23-22. Natalie Thompson, 7 serves in a row. They'll set it over. They're going to try to save it. Almost out of bounds. And they can't get that one over. What a run right there. 7 points in a row. Natalie Thompson, 7 serves in a row. 2-point game, 24-22. It's set point for the Royals. They have to get past the Screaming Eagles, who just had a huge run. And then we went 5 in a row last time. Let's stop it. Good job by Miller to get that one. Carey loads up and fires! Erin Carey with a big shot right there. Finds the back corner, and we got the game back to 1. Talia Hatch back to serve. Trying to tie this one up. Set point is still active. She fires it, gets it over. They'll set it for Gardner. Blocked up front by Erin Carey. They're going to try it again. Sullivan dives in the way to get that one. Here comes Hall. They put it over. Back on their side, Wilder is blocked up front, and that's going to fall in right next to Hallie Rainwater. And there's the set right there, but very high energy as the Screaming Eagles went 7 in a row to come back right there. They will take the loss on that, but we'll be back in 3 minutes for set number 2, and the Screaming Eagles have a little catching up to do. Welcome back to Eagles Nation. 1-0 Royals lead in a electrifying first set here. Screaming Eagles got down by a lot. I think it was about 10 points, 9 points. And they went 7 in a row with Natalie Thompson at the helm to bring them back up to 2 points. But the Royals took it. Sullivan back to serve. They'll set up for Wilder, who fires that to the back. Gracie Charles was there to return it. Here comes Talia Hatch. She fires that one over. Big shot right there. Returned by Charles. Here comes Katie Hall. That one's tipped. Zorn had a hand on that. They'll set up for Wilder. Wilder shoots that one to Sullivan. Here we go again with, looks like Hatch. And another big set right here. Good volley. Here we go again. Gracie Charles puts it over. And they'll set it over. Good job by Charles to get in there to save the point. And Sullivan will boot it over and get back on defense. And the extended volley goes to an end. As last touch by Hatch. If the whole game's like this, we're in for a good one here. Sydney Crook back to serve. Crook fires that one over. Glore sets it up. And Hall fires it over. That one's going to be blocked up front. Natalie Thompson a hand on that. And they can't get it back over the net. And the point will go to the Royals again. 2-0. Johnson University leads. Crook fires that one over. Here comes Sullivan. Athletic shot by Sullivan, but into the net. And it's now 3-0. Oh, looks like 3-1, excuse me. And another scoreboard error. It's 3-0. I was wondering where that one came from. Wishful thinking by the scoreboard. Wilder shanks off her hand into their own territory, and we'll take the point. Maybe the scoreboard was just predicting it. Kaylee Glore back to serve. 3-1's the score, and here comes Gore. Nice serve. Gets it over. She has one of the 2 aces today. The other one's by Thompson. Blocked up front by Natalie Thompson.
Point TFC.
Big job right there by Natalie Thompson. And this is a great time to go to our player spotlight of the week. Who is Natalie Thompson? Natalie's a sophomore from Clarksville, Georgia. She's a nursing major and plans to be a labor and delivery nurse after school. She's been playing volleyball for 9 years since her 6th grade year, and has been playing year-round volleyball since her freshman year of high school. When she's not dominating on the court, she enjoys hiking, reading, journaling, and kayaking. When I asked her a random question, a random fact about herself, she said, last year I coached a 16U volleyball team at the club gym that I've played for. And I loved it so much, I'll be coaching there again with my teammate and best friend, Gracie Charles. Thank you, Natalie, for everything you do. Such a good game today by her, as that one was demolished. And tune in every week for our player spotlight. We'll put it on our Instagram page. Go there right now, which is TFC Eagle Vision on Instagram. You'll see the player spotlight of the week with Natalie Thompson there. Out of bounds. Point goes to TFC. And right on cue, Natalie Thompson will be your server. Went 7 in a row last time. Can she do it again? That fires over by Gardner. They'll set it up. Here comes Rainwater. Rainwater puts it in there. Too much to handle. They'll return it, though. Thompson to Glore to Carey. Carey, big shot right there. Crook tried to get that one. Shanks out of bounds and a great attempt, but that one's going to fall short, and the point goes to TFC. Tie ball game. Natalie Thompson looking for another rally right here. Fires it over. They'll set it up for number 7, Zorn. And nothing right there. Natalie Thompson's the last one to touch it. And Katie Hall tried to get in there, but it fell out of bounds, and the point will go to the Johnson University Royals. Cheyenne Zorn back to serve. And the ace will go to Zorn on an awkward exchange by number 13, Teresa Sullivan. And you don't see her make a lot of mistakes, but on that one, she did. 7-5 lead. And Zorn fires another one. Eight to 5, Zorn's back for her third serve in a row. She'll set it up and fire it over. Back on our side. Here comes Katie Hall. Hall, big shot right there. Gets a lot of the net, slows it down a little bit. And out of bounds by Quisenberry. A lot of power, but outside. And here comes Talia Hatch to serve. Only a 2-point ball game. A lot of time to catch up. And that one's a little miscommunication by the libero and number 3, Monica Gardner. Fouls almost in between them. Gardner got a hand on it, put it into the net. And Talia Hatch back to serve again. To the back. They'll set it up for number 7, Cheyenne Zorn, as she hits it out of bounds. And we got a tie ball game again. Hatch continues to serve. She fires that one over. They'll set it up and denied up front by Kaylee Glore. Glore sets it up for Carey. Running shot. And a little too much on that one. Out of bounds. Nine to 8, Royals lead. And the Screaming Eagles have not led in this set so far. Number 6, Candace Troxel will check into the game. She'll be your server. Carey denied up front by Gardner. They get another attempt at this. And Hatch, a high set to the back. That might have been out of bounds. Saved by the Royals. That one's blocked up front, but will fall down on our side. And the point will go to Johnson University. Troxel back for her second serve of the game. Returned by Carey. Carey finds the corner. Erin Carey showing up big right there. And she will send Rainwater back to serve. First time this set, Rainwater gets it over. Almost had a ace right there. They'll tip it over. And a couple touches right there will not get back over the net. And the Royals will take a lead again. 11 to 9. Serving now is number 3, Monica Gardner. Gardner fires that one over. Talia Hatch hit herself in the face on that one. They'll get it over. They'll set it up. Fires from Zorn. Here comes Hall. Denied up front. Good job by Sullivan. Couldn't get it over. Teresa Sullivan to her knees to get that one up. And Erin Carey could not find the net. 12 to 9. Gardner, 3 serves in a row. Straight set, they'll fire it over. Great diving attempt right there. We can hear it squeak from the up here. And Kaylee Glore finds a corner. Hanging in there. You know, it feels like we're down by a lot more. It's only a 2-point game. Several mental mistakes for the Screaming Eagles, but most of it has just been the height of Johnson University. That one's over. Natalie Thompson sets it up. Here comes Kaylee Glore, jumps up and puts that over. They'll set it over. Thompson got a hand on that one. Hall saves it and finds a hole. Katie Hall finds a hole in the middle of the court. Turns it into a 1-point game, and here comes Teresa Sullivan. 2 serves in a row. That one was good. Hit it out of bounds. They saved it, though, barely over the net. And there was a net violation called on Johnson University. Tie ball game. Screaming Eagles trying to take their first lead here in the second set. To the back, they'll fire that one into the antenna. And the Screaming Eagles will take their first lead. That's a big momentum shifter. And Teresa Sullivan, 4 in a row. Wilder fires that one over. Charles had that on the other side. That's going to be close. Katie Hall bunts it over, basically. Beautiful shot right there. They'll set it up. Here comes Thompson. Natalie Thompson is denied up front by number 27, Burgundy Zorn. 5'9" sophomore out of Carolina. California. I don't know why I said Carolina. 13 all, and Crook back to serve. And the ace will go to Crook. 2 aces today for the Royals. Crook and Zorn. They'll take their lead back, 14-13. Sullivan down to get that one. Here comes Thompson, blocked up front as usual. They'll set it up again. This time with Hall, who elevates it a little bit more. And Zorn gets it over. Here comes Kaylee Glore. They'll set it on their side. Back and forth right here. Glore sets it up. Here comes Thompson. Didn't get blocked that time and finds the back corner. Natalie Thompson with a beautiful shot places it perfectly in the back corner and sends Kaylee Glore back to serve. 14 all. Glore, high serve, gets it over this time. Zorn hits it over. It's going to be tipped up front by, I think, Thompson. And falls short. 1 point lead for the Royals. Back and forth right here. Wilder back to serve. Here comes Caroline Miller. 2 steps and a shot, blocked up front. Teresa Sullivan, high set right there. She boots it over. And that one's going to find a hole. Sullivan tried to get that one. And that was close again. I think it touched the ground before Sullivan got there. 2 point lead for the Royals. Wilder back to serve again. Here comes Miller again, almost finds a hole. It is sealed up real quick by Crook. They'll get it back over, almost out of bounds, saved by Sullivan. Hall gets it over. They'll set it up, fires right there. Zorn was the one that fired it. Too much to handle for Teresa Sullivan, and a timeout called by Selena Slate. 17-14, Johnson leads. We'll be back. (17-14), the Royals lead this one. Screaming Eagles are down 1-0. Trying to make a comeback right here. They'll fire it over. Sullivan with a great dig right there. High return by Miller. That was close to the line. They'll push it over with Zorn. Great job by Gracie Charles to get that one over on her birthday. They'll fire that one. Blocked up front by Caroline Miller and Natalie Thompson. That's exactly what we needed right there as Katie Hall back to serve. 2 point deficit. Fires that one over. And that one was hit very hard by Cheyenne Zorn. Last touch by Thompson. I think Thompson. Out of bounds. 18-15. They'll set it up for Hallie Rainwater. Last touch by number 7, Zorn again. And the point goes to the Screamin' Eagles. Thompson back to serve. Went 2 in a row last time. Went 7 in a row in the first one. Can she do it again right here? That was brutally murdered right there. Fired right at Kaylee Glore, who fires that one out of bounds. 3-point lead, 19-16. Zorn went 3 in a row last time. Had an ace. High return. Glore sets it up. Here comes Rainwater. Across court and finds the hole. She went left, went right with the ball. Quisenberry went for that one and could not get a hand on it. And Talia Hatch back to serve. Hits that one a little too hard, a little too much pepper on that one. 20-17. And serving is going to be number 6, Candace Troxell. High serve and out of bounds. 2-point lead as Rainwater will be the server. Seen a lot of play time tonight, which is good. They'll set it up. Gardner misses her mark. Free point given to TFC as Rainwater back to serve again. Boots that one over. They'll set it over. Rainwater tried to get to that one, shanked off her left hand, and found some real estate on our territory. 21-19 as number 3, Monica Gardner, checks in. She went 3 in a row last time. She's a 5'6" freshman out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Timeout called by the Screaming Eagles, and we'll be back in 1 minute. Looking for a big comeback right here. 21-19. Johnson University leads. Screaming Eagles trying to soar high right here. Have a little bit of real estate to get up. And here comes Aaron Carey. Big shot right there. Returned by Zorn. Back on our side. Here comes Carey again. Second chance. Zorn had it that time again. Wilder fires over. Great job by Teresa Sullivan to dig that one out. Here comes Carey again. Zorn got a hand on it. They'll fire it back over with Wilder. And Katie Hall awkwardly tries to get that one up, and it shanks out of bounds. Another great volley for the Screaming Eagles. And for the first time tonight, number 11, Abigail Smith checks into the game. Trying to get a little height on the net, coming in at 6 foot. Gardner fires that one over, her 3rd in a row. And double touch violation on, I believe, Teresa Sullivan. 23-19. They'll fire that one over. And Sullivan to her knees to get that one, and Glore and Hatch looked at each other. And it'll kind of fall in between them. And it is now set point for the Royals. They'll fire that one over and out of bounds. TFC giving new life right here. See if we can do something with it. We're down by 4 points. But guess what? Sullivan went 4 in a row last time. If she does it again, we'll tie this bad boy up. Blocked up front, and that will go to the Screaming Eagles. Sullivan back to serve again. 3-point lead now for Johnson. We did it again last time in first set. Came back at the end. Let's see if we can do it again. Fires that one. Wilder. Last touch up front by Kaylee Gore out of bounds. And the second set will go to Johnson University, 25-21. And they're now up 2-0. A lot of wounded Cobras out in the crowd right now. We need to come back. We need a big comeback right here to stay in this game. 5 minutes, we'll have set 3. And Screaming Eagles trying to stay alive, and they're in sudden death. We'll be back. Welcome back to Lois Delaney Athletic Center. As your Screaming Eagles are down 2-0 right now, trying to come back. Don't Stop Believing was just playing in this gym, reminding the crowd that anything's possible and we can pull it out. Thank you so much again for joining us here on TFC Eagle Vision. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to this channel so you can never miss a home game again. TFC Eagle Vision. 1-0, Johnson University leads. That was fired over and handled nicely on the other side. Big shot right there by Natalie Thompson. 1-1's the score, and Thompson will be your server. Not today! And Abigail Smith gets her first deflection tonight. Hits that one right back where it came from, and we'll take the first lead in a long time. 2-1's the score, and Natalie Thompson fires it over. They'll set it up. That one got over. Thompson to her knees to get that one. What a great athletic play right there by Natalie Thompson, and that's why she's been the MVP 2 out of the last 3 games. They'll push it back over, back on their side. Wilder, denied! Back to our side. Here comes Smith. Smith finds the corner! And the Screaming Eagles coming out electric right here. 3-1's the score. And Thompson back to serve again. Into the net. They'll get it over, and that should have been a forward contact violation. Not called, though. They'll fire it over with Hatch. Back to our side, and Natalie Thompson diving out of bounds like a center fielder trying to catch a fly ball. What an athletic play right there, and she's gone back-to-back right here. Carey gets that one over. Almost a breakdown right there. Smith gets it up. They'll set up for Carey. Carey is blocked up front. They go to the back with it, and they can't get it over in 3. They can, excuse me, it's blocked up front. So here comes Carey. Carey! Too much to handle! And the Screaming Eagles are not going lying down. 4-1 as Thompson's 4th serve in a row is over. They'll set it up for Smith. She loads up and fires. That was eaten up by Zorn. They'll put it back over. Thompson in the back with that one. They'll set it up. Here comes Carey. And a double contact violation by Kaylee Glore will break the streak. And Johnson University will take over on the other side with Wilder. Hatch has it in the back corner. Here comes Smith. High jump. Puts it in the back. Gardner had a hand on, excuse me, not Gardner. Wilder had a hand on that. She's the one that pushed that one over. And the Screaming Eagles lead is cut to 1. That one's booted over. Charles had it on the other side. Here comes Aaron Carey, who tips it over. And a great job right there by Aaron Carey. Kaylee Glore back to serve. She fires that one over. Quisenberry was the one that handled that one. She tried to get it over, but into the net it goes, and the point goes to the Screaming Eagles. Glore's serve was over. That one's going to be denied up front by Smith, but it's going to fall down on our side. Abigail Smith puts that one over. I think Gardner may have got a hand on that one. Tipped over. Smith had a hand on it. Glore goes out of bounds to get it. Smith pushes over and gets back on defense. They await it as Gardner fires. Sullivan to her knees to get that one. They'll set it up for Charles. Charles fires it over to the back. They'll set it up again. Quisenberry to the middle of the court with Charles. And Smith finds some real estate. Great volley by both teams, but Abigail Smith finds a hole in the defense of the Johnson University Royals, and we'll take a lead 7-4. Katie Branch Hall back to serve. 4 steps and a jump. That one tipped the net on the way over. Glory got a hand on that one, but it's going to shank out of bounds. And the point goes to the Royals. Galler back to serve. Excuse me, Zorn back to serve, I'm sorry. As Rainwater on the other side puts it over. And a good set right there, and a better save by Kaylee Glore, but they won't be able to get it back over the net. And again, the lead's cut to 1, but Screaming Eagles still in control. And Zorn tries for her second serve in a row. As Glore is going to clean up some perspiration on the court. While we have the little break right here, this week's team spotlight is going to be our assistant manager, Justin McCombs. He's actually not here today, but he is the spotlight. Justin's a junior from Chiang Mai, Thailand. He is planning on graduating the spring of 2020 with a good degree in biology. This is his second semester with Eagle Production and his first semester being the assistant manager. He's looking forward to working with the returning team as well as building friendships and new team members. His favorite Bible verse is Psalm 111:2. Thank you so much, Justin, for being such a big part of this team. And that one's out of bounds. Last touch by the Screaming Eagles. And Justin will be on our Instagram page today as the team spotlight. Back to our side. That one's be tipped at the net. They'll set it up. Quisenberry. That was tipped on our side. High set over by Caroline Miller. Miller to her knees again. Here we go again with the back and forth. Royals took back the lead, but we're going to try to take it back, and we will tie the ball game up. And Abigail Smith having a pretty good game so far. They'll take her out. And Teresa Sullivan back to serve. Miller tried to get that one, angry with herself that she shanked it out of bounds. The lead returns to Johnson University. Troxell fires that one over. That one's going to fall short. 2-point lead for the Royals. Their biggest lead in this game, this set. Good serve, a lot of velocity on that one. Glorious to the net to get that one. Here comes Hall. Push it to the back, hits it to her counterpart, Troxell. And that one shanks off the wrist of Miller out of bounds. Screaming Eagles, a few sloppy hits right there. And it's 11-8. Johnson University leads here in the third set. We'll be back. Welcome back, Eagles Nation. 11-8 the score. Troxell back to serve again. Her third serve is up and over. Hallie Rainwater, who just checked into the game, fires that one over. Wilder denied up front by Natalie Thompson, but that's going to go out of bounds. Thompson's a 5'8" sophomore out of Clarksville, Georgia. Fired over to the net, set backwards by Glore. Sullivan's one that got that over, and a good save on the other side by Galler, by the way. Tipped up front by Thompson. Thompson's going to fire it into the net. And the point will go to the Royals. Four serves in a row for Traxel. They'll set it up. Here comes Miller. That one's going to hit the net, come back over. And 4 hits for the Screaming Eagles. And Johnson University coming away with it right here. As Gabby Klingman and Kaya Miles will check into the game for the Screaming Eagles, down 14-8. Trying to change it up to see if anything will work right here. We're in sudden death. If we lose this one, game over. Kaya fires that one over. Her first touch since she's been in this one. Gardner hits that one. Hall tried to get that one, but put it onto the bench. 15-8. And the last time the Screaming Eagles were beat at home was September 5th against Truett McConnell College, So it has been a while since we've been beat at home. We've been on that 9-game win streak and want to keep that alive right here. It's still possible. But Monica Gardner making it hard for the Screaming Eagles as she just towers over the net. Slams it back down the throats of the Screaming Eagles. Troxell's on a 6-0 run right here. Klingman puts it over. First time she's been in the game for a while. She'll set it up. That was a good boot over. Into the net. Glore got a hand on that. They'll set it up. Here comes Hall. Katie Hall to the back corner. Here comes Gardner again, and too much to handle for number 8, Gabby Klingman. Gabby's a junior, 5'8", of Wilmington, Ohio. Aaron Carey comes in for Hall. And a 7-0 run right here for the Royals. Trying to break that. 17-8 is the score. Rainwater puts it over and breaks the streak. Eight-point advantage right now as Kaya Miles back to serve. Kaya's a freshman and 5'9" out of Leroy, Illinois, and she boots that one out of bounds. A little too much bacon on that one, 18-9. And Gardner will be the server. Glore puts that one over, tipped at the net. They'll fire that one back over. That was handled by Sullivan. Rainwater trying to go back to back, but a little too much on it. Will fly out of bounds. And Gardner will be back to serve again. Timeout called by the Screaming Eagles. 10-point lead here in the third set. We'll be back. Hey, Screaming Eagle fans, if you want to see our streaming schedule, pictures of the team member bios, and much, much more, go check out our website, tfccommdepartment.wixsite.com/eagleproduction. Again, that is tfccommdept.wixsite.com/eagleproduction. If you'd also like to be a part of the Eagle Production team, you can apply on the website. Open positions will be filmers and a co-commentator for me. 20-9 here. And for all the football fans out there, Georgia beat Tennessee 38-12 earlier today. That one's fired into the net. And Screaming Eagle will cut the lead to 10. 20-10 as Hallie Rainwater will be the server. That one's tipped over by Sydney Crock. Cook at the point, and she'll go back to serve. Diving job right there by Gracie Charles. She checks into the game, and Carey fires that one out of bounds. 22-10. If the Screaming Eagles has a rally in them, this is the time to pull it out. 12-point lead for the Royals. It's going to shank off Charles's hand wrong. They'll get it over, though. Big shot right there by Zorn. Burgundy Zorn, that is. Klingman gets it in there. Gabby Klingman with a big shot right there. She'll retire to the bench as Natalie Thompson comes up. 4-point in a row last time for serves in a row. That'll be set up and denied by Abigail Smith, but it'll come down on our side. 23-11. Also going on in the sports world today, the Braves are playing the Phillies right now. 0-0 in the bottom of the first. Atlanta Braves have clinched the NL East position for the playoffs. And that one is going to be tipped out of bounds, and the point will go to the Screaming Eagles. Kaylee Gore back to serve. She is an ace today. Beautiful serve right there, just hung in the air for a long time. That's going to skirt off the hands of number 11, Abigail Smith, who's a sophomore from Westminster, South Carolina. Match point for the Royals right here, 24-12. She fires it over. Sullivan awkwardly exchanges that one. They'll try to get it over, though. They'll set it up. Quessenberry blocked up front, but it will fall into Screaming Eagles territory. And the Screaming Eagles will fall tonight, 25-12 on that one. And Johnson University will take this one 3 games to no. Well fought match by the Screaming Eagles. Several mental breakdowns, but just a lot of height on the other side. And that is hard to get around. Your Screaming Eagles will fall to 12-6 on the season. Still at 500. That's okay. Excuse me, over 500, 12-6. We'll move to 5-2 at home. Still 4-4 away. And that 8-game winning streak will be broken as Johnson University will move up to 11-3. Well, not the outcome we would like to see today, but we had a pretty good ball game. A lot of good volleys back and forth all game. And all except for the last game was very close. And the last one was very close until about halfway through. Thank you so much again for joining us today on this Saturday evening. That about wraps it up here. The whole team today, CeCe Angus was the manager. Social media coordinator was Lydia Licks. Your filmers today were Kenna Hall and Savannah Smith. And I am Will Jones, voice of the Screaming Eagles. And we'll see you next time on TFC Eagle Vision.